Name's Roger Boaty. Mr. George Roger Boaty.
Good evening, my darlings, and a very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live with me, coming live into your eyes and ears direct from Windy Bottom here in the bloody wet and freezing cold Peak District National Pissing Park. How are you, darlings? Oh, well, I'll tell you all about me in a minute. I see there are already comments for me to work through. So, we were going to carry a feature over from last night, weren't we? And I can't remember what the hell it is. I've slept since then. God, and didn't I sleep? And haven't I been knackered? Everything is really exciting at the moment. There's so much happening. Everything's just a bit of a whizzy. And then tomorrow's plans have all gone for a Burton. Are you on a horizontal wonk? God, I mean, your vertical wonking is bad enough, but if you're going to go on horizontal wonks as well, it's too much for a man to bear. I mean, you were well and truly horizontally wonked, I'm telling you. Now, stop it. Tomorrow I've got an unexpected journey and, just so much happening, darling. So much. Now then, professional. And, no, I won't say that. Trace is here, the Greenwood, and says, evening all, I've missed you so. My God, and we've missed you. Oh, you're such a, oh, gosh, what? I should say so. I should rub-a-dub. Everybody tell Tracy how much we've missed her. Simone, Hooked on Classics, says, bad Boaty. I had a premiere tonight and you weren't there. Naughty step for you. Well, the reason I wasn't there, Simone, was that I work. I don't know what you think I do in the evenings. I don't know if you think I just lounge around in my underwear until it's really late and then I decide to do a live stream when everybody should be in bed. I work in a very busy restaurant, my lovely, and that's why, it's why A, these live streams happen so late, and B, why I didn't unfortunately attend your premiere because I was working. And tonight wasn't just unexpectedly busy, it was unexpectedly ridiculously busy, absolutely mad. We were nowhere near staffed for it, and it's, oh God, it's been mental. We ran out of stuff. We actually ran out of stuff. We never run out of stuff. And we were so busy that we didn't have time to make more of the stuff that we ran out of. It's been absolutely crazy. So I'm sorry I missed your premiere and Simon's live stream and everything else that everybody else has been doing while I've been grafting my little body off. But it is unavoidable. Unfortunately, I have to go out and do a proper job because the minus £250 a month I don't earn from YouTube, the money I actually pay to be on YouTube, effectively, doesn't pay the bills, so I have to go out and do something else. Don't worry, I mean, you know, when I'm rich and famous, yeah, right, like that could happen with this shit, then I'll give all of that up and I will be yours all day and all evening. I will watch all of your videos, I will attend all of your premieres, I'll come to all of your car shows, and I will perpetually live stream your asses off. And Matt points out, quite correctly, that that's technically double punishment for him if you put me on the naughty step with him, and then adds hello all. Two very good points there. Simon of Spanking Pumpkins is here and say a community channel. Do remember that. And also Simon and his friend Mr. Bed and Breakfast of the Bed and Breakfast channel, and I do have to remind you that double rooms are for married couples only, and there is a £10 supplement per person for a cooked breakfast. But the point is, Simon and Rob, or as we should call them, Norman and Ernest, have launched a new channel. And I can't remember what the bloody hell it's called. A clattering bit of tic-tac or... Oh, I can't bloody remember. But there's a new channel out there. Have a look at Simon's Facebook group or the Bed and Breakfast Facebook group. You can bet your bum cheeks that there will be links to it there. And I have watched their first video, and I actually thought it was rather amusing. I love the fact that... Well, Hubner, the lovely Ian, dealt with it fairly well. I guess he gets faced with all sorts of things. Mustard looked utterly bewildered, didn't have a clue what was going on. I actually snorted coffee out when... Goodbye, Jesus. My mother, she's 103, you know. So good luck with that, chaps. And there you are, just letting everybody know that it's out there. I'm sure they knew already. Now then, anyway, Simon says, hey up, you sexy interwebs people. And you are all very sexy indeed. Even sitting there in your flannelette nighties with your leg hair waving in the gentle evening breeze. Oh, God, I'd do anything to you, for you, that's what I meant. Anyway, where are we? Simon goes on to ask, does anyone have any video ideas for Sunday? Yeah, I've got a great one. I'm doing a live stream. What people would like to see from the yard? I have no suggestions on that. They might like to see my posh Tassimo coffee machine, which is a new addition to the yard. And they might like to bring some pods for it. Yeah. If anybody wants to give Mustard a gift, and I know that beer is the traditional gift, Mustard or the yard, or specifically the lockup of excruciating excrement, now boasts a Tassimo. So if anybody wants to take some Tassimo pods, I'm sure that Mustard would very much appreciate them. And if you would like to take some for me, I like the Kenko Americano Grande XL. I'll just get a blatant plug in there, why not? Why not? You didn't pay to get in, did you? This is all free. Anyway, Matt's here, so that's splendid. Hello, says Trace. I was just trying to do a catch-up on stuff I've missed. I totally haven't had time to fart this past week or so. Gah! Right, okay. Sorry, I thought you were on the wonk. I'm very suspicious of you lot lately. When it comes to your wonking, you are inveterate wonkers, the lot of you. Wonking away night after night. Yeah, Tracy hasn't farted for a week, and I'm sure we all believe that. Don't we, ladies and gentlemen? I have it on fairly good authority that Tracy can reach 6.4 on the Richter scale when she really tries. Matt says, as long as there's no evidence of mustard dust Boaty in the yard, I really don't mind what I see. Oh, right, Simon's got some videos coming out. Oh, and now we're talking about pies. Hold on. Right, got no idea what that's about. Matt is making meat and potato pies. God, we're talking about soup reviews, pies, and Asda everyday tissues. Okay, that's a bit too weird even for me. Dinner news. I'm always after dinner news, Simon said. Thank you for that. And Simon had, gyoza with soy sauce and sweet chili sauce. And Matt says, I've got no idea what that is, Simon, but it sounds good. Gyoza are Japanese dumplings, and they are a very, very pale imitation of momo. They are far too expensive if you buy them frozen from Tesco. But even when they are made by an actual Chinese or Japanese person, Chinese madam, for example, or her chef friend, they are boring, bland, and they tend to come with just a very basic soy dip, which is also boring and bland. So, if you enjoy them, great, but I would thoroughly recommend that everybody gives them a swerve and buys momo and momo chutney from me instead. It's cheaper, it's healthier, and my God, it's a lot tastier. Ask anybody who's tried them, they'll tell you. They better tell you, I've paid them. Oh, there's lots of car news, some of which I can tell you about and some of which I can't. Right, yes. Oh, Bad Books is here and says, good evening all. Barry, that guy from SETI Alpha 5 is here, says, hello all. Trace says, I had gyoza before, Simon. I found them quite claggy. And I usually like the pastry or carby things. They're not very nice, Trace. It's not just you. I did try them. I tried the frozen ones from a supermarket, and I thought they were pretty pants, to be honest. But hey ho, each to their own. Bad Book says, hi Simone, great vid and a cracking car show. Adam is here, Pure Evil, says, good evening everyone, how are we all? And, Matt forgot to put the bid out. That'll please the neighbours when he does it at 1 a.m, I'm sure it will. Mine goes out, what day is it? Tuesday. Mine goes out tomorrow, and it is the green bin, which is full because my gardeners came today. You can see the real results of that on tomorrow's Daily Diary video. And not much else, because the world's gone mad for me today. It was all right up to a point, and then everything started going crazy. Even when I was at work. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but it was unexpectedly busy at work tonight. Super bloody busy. And even then I was dealing with 3 other things at the same time. Gosh, everything really is fast moving and exciting at the moment. And yet to earn me any money. Oh, I'm such a busy fool. Trisha Alderman is here and says good evening to you to all. A very good evening to you, Trisha. Thank you for joining. It's lovely to have you. And Neil is also here. Neil Gibbons, who I will be seeing at some point next week, innit? And he says hello all. Where are we? The table's on a wonk now, says Simon, and the TV licence has been wonked for a while. What TV licence? Haven't heard from them lately. Maybe they don't love me anymore. Oh, Mustard is here, or was here, and he gives us his trademark hello with no fewer, and you'll notice I said fewer, not less, because I is like all over the proper grammar and stuff. In it, bruv. I don't chat breeze, not me, no. I speak the King's English because I was brought up proper and I was learned a lot at school. So yes, Mustard says hello with no fewer than 3 exclamation marks. The fridge is not wonked. Oh, okay, the fridge does look wonked. Everything looks wonked. You don't look wonked to me, but again, as I said last night, you have to bear in mind that this entire cottage is wonked. There isn't a straight line or level playing field in the place. Stephen S. Paul is here and says, good evening, your flatulence. Harsh but fair, I would say. How are you, mate? I'm really glad you're here. Project Nigel, greetings, Paul of the interwebs. Oh, and Nigel, Mustard says, oh God, I almost called him Nigel then. Hello, everyone, he says again. He's just so glad to be here and so glad to be amongst us. He's like that, is Mustard. He can just unexpectedly almost explode with joy. Now, many of you will have had a baby in your life. And you will quite possibly be aware of how a baby can explode. Literally, a baby can fart, burp, wee, poo, and be sick all at the same time. They just explode. And the only other non-baby human being I've ever known who can do that is Mustard. It's absolutely extraordinary. If you tickle him just in the right place, then he does all of the above. I mean, you need to stand back quickly. I would recommend tickling him very much at arm's length. Now, I'm lucky. I've got a long reach. I've got the same reach as Larry Holmes, and my jab is almost as good. But yeah, tickle him like that, and then as soon as you see the warning signs of the imminent explosion, stand well back. And I would recommend wearing some sort of pack-a-mac, because when Mustard explodes, it's like Krakatoa going off. But it's jolly good fun. It's jolly good fun. His eyes go all crinkly and he looks like your favourite uncle. Isn't he lovely? Everybody loves Mustard. Matt says, we missed you like something that almost hit you on the head but didn't, Trace. Yeah, that is an ongoing feature. I always want to hear about your dinners. I always want to know how your day's been. And I always want to know about things that have nearly hit you on the head but didn't. Feature number 1A. Do you salute magpies? And what superstition have you got that you got from your parents or other relatives that you doubt anybody else would have? I'll give you 2. My mother always taught me that if you go under a bridge at the same time that a train is going over the bridge, you can make a wish and it will come true. And the other one is that if you see a funeral, as in an actual funeral procession, where there's not just an empty hearse or anything like that, or the followers' cars, if you see a coffin in a hearse, then you have to keep your fingers crossed until you see a dog. And I do that still to this day, not because I'm superstitious, just because if I don't do it, I think some bad luck might happen to me. And that one goes out just for Mustard, who stopped finding it funny about a year ago. And I also thought I'd tell you that the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty, the lovely Mags, another one of her little voice, word, language idiosyncrasies. I've told you she always called a windscreen a window screen. It's the Irish in her. She always called a hearse a hearst. A hearst. It was always a hearst. And this is a woman with a PhD, for Christ's sake, and a job that pays too far into six figures for me to be comfortable with. Oh dear. You know, she once bought me a drinks coaster or a mouse mat or a fridge magnet or something. I can't remember what it was. I just remember what it said. And it said, if you're so clever, how come you're not rich? I should... It wasn't entirely appropriate then, but it bloody is now, as I sit here talking about other people's grammatical errors. Well, they're doing very nicely, thank you, and I haven't got a pot to piss in. If you're so clever, how come you're not rich? Everything's crooked, typical car salesman, says Matt. Possibly unfairly or possibly entirely fairly. The crankcases, there we are. Haiku says, a haiku from Simon. I love these. Hello, my lovelies. It's the way he says hello, and then we listen. I'm going to put those in a book, I swear to God. I enjoyed that one too. Do you use Timotei? Yes, good. Leg hair waving. Flannelette nightie, says Trace. Is my webcam on? Inspired guess. Liz is here. Hello, everyone. Have I missed the intro music? Yes, you have, my lovely. Good for you. Well done. And yes, thankfully, says Trace. Bloody hell. Look, if you lot want to come up with another suggestion. We did talk about that. I love the idea. And I was thinking about it. And the more I think about it, the more I love it. My intro should be all of you doing something. That's what it should be. I mean, still need to let people know what the channel's about. So there would still need to be some flashing pictures of cars and food and naked images of Tiffany. But it should have you on there, your voices at the very least. Maybe we could all do a joint version of Mr. George Roger Boaty. Actually, I'd love that. Or maybe between us we could all re-record a famous song. I don't know. What about a bit of Bruce? Life is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you. Life can be terribly tame if you don't play the game with two. And I want to play the game with you. How is the formula? 0-3. Enough of that. I'll film the coffee machine, says Simon. What pods are they? Tassimo they are. He's doing himself out of wine and scratch cards by telling me to buy coffee pods, says Matt. It wasn't aimed at you. Oh dear. Trace says, fuck, he's staring into our soul again. Stroke on the wonk. Blackline says, Tassimo Latte is rather nice. Oh, there you are. Oh, God, Liz is still banging about the intro music. Thank God for missing the intro music. I'm not, oh dear, I'm sorry to hear this. I'm not so great, but hanging in there like an unwanted cold, and thanks for asking. Oh, hello, Hubby's here and says he's talking bollocks again. Well, you know, tune into this. What do you expect? If I could get away with it on YouTube, I would call this Boaty's Bollocks. That's what the channel should be called, Boaty's Bollocks. And when I run out of content ideas, which I pretty much did 9 months ago, I'll just show you my hairy testicles. Oh, this is going to get demonetized again, isn't it? Between me and you lot, half of my live streams now get demonetized. Not suitable for advertising revenue. Not suitable for adverts. Oh dear. Oh, and right, yes, good point. We need a subject to cheer Liz up. Well, all right, this is aimed at me from Simon. Well, I enjoyed them. Stick that up your jumper. How rude to criticise someone's dinner after they've given you some content for your stream. How uncivilised. Oh, you're talking about the gays. They're not very nice, mate. It's nothing against you personally. Look, I'll give you a portion of Momo and some Momo chutney just to remind you how good they are, and then stick in a regular order. Honestly, Momo are so much better, and they're actually homemade, handmade. You don't want to buy that frozen stuff from the supermarkets. No. And Momo chutney is just the best thing ever. God, I want Momo tonight now, and I'm not due them. What have I got tonight? Oh, noodles. And lunch tomorrow isn't going to be what lunch tomorrow was supposed to be, because I'm going to be out with mustard. And we have no lunch plan, except that we plan to have lunch, but we don't know where or what. And that is, well, quite exciting for me and probably panicking for him, because Mustard is very much a creature of habit. On a Monday, as some of you will know, he always says, right, where should we go for lunch? At exactly the point that he's walking through the door of Istanbul, where he already knows exactly what he's going to order. Right, where should we go today then, as he's going through the bloody door? God. I mean, you know, it's superb, so you can't complain, but I'm hoping that tomorrow there is no better option than a jolly good fish and chip shop, because I haven't had battered sausage, chips and curry sauce this year, and the year's almost over. I took a booking for Christmas today. I took a Christmas Day restaurant booking. It's not too early, is it? And I had to be honest and say, well, no. I took the first Christmas Day booking on Boxing Day. And that's true, I genuinely did. We tend to book up for Christmas Day. Christmas Day is great at our restaurant. It's like a seven course banquet. It's very, very reasonably priced. Everywhere charges a fortune for Christmas Day. We don't. I think last year it was 40 quid for 7 courses, and that included champagne. On Christmas Day, you can't whack it. Daily Diary says, Matt, it takes a day to watch the adverts. Well, that's odd, Matt, because they don't have adverts on them. Oh, well, if you're a channel member, they don't have adverts on them. And if you're a channel member, then you see them day by day on the day they go out. Admittedly, if you're not a channel member, you get to see them all on the following Tuesday, and by that point, they have got adverts on there. Because I've got a fleet of shoddy cars to try and keep on the road. And a bloody internet to pay for. I went to pay for something today and I didn't have any money in my bank. And I thought, well, I should have had at least 30 quid of my overdraft left. And I went and looked. My internet has jumped from 20 something to 50 something. Now, I don't know if that's a one-off or if I've run out of some introductory 18-month offer or something. And that's what it's going to be now, except it bloody isn't. I'm not paying £55 a month for the interweb. Not a chance. I'll sign off and sign up again. So yeah, the restaurant was unexpectedly busy and I was unexpectedly skint. You know, if that is a fair thing to say. I mean, I can never be unexpectedly skint, really, because I live in poverty, with occasional day trips to destitution. But there you go, that's my choice. I can't complain about it, can I? Oh, 2 little ducks, 22 people looking. Oh, God. Oh, he's changed his name. Right, it is now Humphrey, son of Boaty, and he says, good evening, Daddy. Evening, Humpy, how are you? Hope you had a good day at whatever it is you do during the day. I remember you're 25. Oh, the Ken Joji is here. I haven't seen you for a while. The King's Welshman, yeah. And Simon, and he's got a very valid point. I'm sure Mustard has got a program set up to automatically say hello in a chat and then leave. Oh, no. No. Mustard says no. Fuck you. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He would never say that to anybody when they could hear him, only behind their backs. I'm still here, says Mustard, and, you know, we should all be grateful for that we are blessed by a man who bestrides YouTube like a colossus standing astride the earth. Blimey, that's an image, isn't it? Oh, and don't talk about images of Mustard. He put a photograph of himself up, and before I even thought about what I was typing, I said, oh, that's a challenging wank. Oh dear. You need to get a spirit level, says Hooked on Classics, so you know if we are off or on the wonk. I've got one somewhere. I'm sure I have. Haven't I got one in my big chest of tools? Oh, I get slightly aroused talking about a big chest of tools. Oh, I've got a light in here now, haven't I? I forgot about that. I've got a toothbrush. I've got a cheap and rubbish OBD reader. I'm sure I had one. Oh, I've got a magnifying glass, illuminated, because I'm really old and can't see shit. I've got an MGF gear knob. Hello, my lovelies, and you join me for an exciting update. I do not have a spirit level. I must have lost it in the divorce. Is that a fancy new phone that, oh right, yes, Oh, excuse me. Trace says, oh my God, they have tickle sessions. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. That needs to stay out of my dreams. Brain bleach, please. Barry says a baby is a shit machine. Oh, there's so much more than that. I've never had a baby, says Stephen Espel. And Simone has never had a baby either and doesn't see the point. Well, you wouldn't see the point. They don't really have a point. They're all round and squidgy and loud. Oh, that's nice. I'm not superstitious at all, says Trace, right? Simone has Superstition, the 7-inch single by Stevie Wonder. Simon, sometimes you're worth your weight, if not in gold, then in a semi-precious substance. A long time ago, a body for home, shaped for confidence, shaped for comfort, body formed for you. Dorothy, please trim your minge. Won't you cut your fanny fringe? Your pubic hair makes me despair. Kindly cut that thing down there. A long time ago, says Simon, a comet crashed into Earth. It wiped out the dinosaurs and changed the Earth forever. That nearly hit all of us on the head, but didn't. Oh dear. Blackline says, I always salute magpies and ask them how the family are doing. Yeah, you have to do that. Good morning, Mr. Magpie. How are the wife and kids? That's what you have to say. But you only have to do it if it's a single magpie, because it's the old one for sorrow, two for joy, isn't it? So if you see a single magpie, you have to salute. And let me remind you that a British salute is long way up, short way down. I'll do it standing up, but then you won't see. Long way up, short way down. Sir! I know it's mad, says Black Lines, but I also just know the first time I don't do it, I'll crash into a tree or my house will explode. That's exactly how I feel about it. I know it's nonsense, but I genuinely think that my house will explode if I don't do it. Oh God, it's fun to be mad, isn't it? Oh dear. Mustard says, gosh, that's interesting. That particular superstition line is in tonight's video. Well, it's in most of them, isn't it? I'm not superstitious, says Simon, but I am a little stitious. Simon's on form tonight. Bloody hell. Oh, and Trace agrees with me. You are on top form tonight, Simon. Hubby says it hit Boaty on the head or something must have. I decided not to be superstitious, says Matt. Seems to be going okay so far. Oh, right. Bad Book says, Mum's superstition. Never put red and white flowers together. Blood and bandages. That doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, blood and bandages do go together. If you're bleeding, bandage it. Apply a tourniquet. Apply direct pressure, or if that's not possible, apply indirect pressure. Oh, yeah, stream title. Don't forget, guys and girls, it is your responsibility. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. It's absolutely pointless, and yet I find myself unable to stop doing it. Stop doing it. Please, stop doing it. Oh, God, that... Dr. Strangelove. Ow, that hurt. Ow, bastard. Oh, that really did hurt. Actually, stream title nomination, says Trace. Leg hair waving, Flannelette nightie. Is my webcam on? We'll screenshot that. Liz isn't sure if she's going to the yard on Sunday. Depends on the weather and how much energy she has. Is that Mick Hucknall again? I don't do Mick Hucknall. I don't know what he sounds like. That was Bruce. Yeah. Oh, hubby says your intro is shit. Thank you, hubby. I really appreciate that. But let's be fair, everything I do is shit. And that's the way you like it. That's why you've all got channels. If you didn't have a channel already, you looked at mine and thought, well, fucking hell, I can't be as bad as that, surely. Surely. I am an inspiration for people. I inspire people by being absolutely... Oh, I've got a wine turd. I've got a wine turd. I inspire people by being dreadful. And that is an important public service. You should all be grateful to me. I'm dreadful, so you don't have to be. I'm just here to make you all look good, basically. And drink wine at you. Who knew? Isn't it odd how life turns out? Okay, feature number 3. What did you want to be when you grew up? See, if I knew then what I know now, then I'd have said to the old careers advisor, I would like to get paid for sitting and shouting at people on the interweb and getting drunk. And he would have said, what's an interweb? And then things would have got very difficult. Simon's wondering if Mustard has decided on a run-out destination for Sunday. Somewhere undercover, I would suggest. Bad Book says, Simon is trying to sell you Momo and not a Streetwise. I don't think I have a Streetwise for sale, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that is the case. I suspect, and I may be wrong, but I suspect that Mustard is going to claim the Streetwise with my wholehearted support as his company car, his Arthur. And I think it would be... Am I allowed to say that, or am I giving away secrets? No, he said it on his own videos, hasn't he, that he, that he's quite fallen for it. And why wouldn't he? Finally, Mustard has got his hands on a car in the correct colour. And he actually said to me, now, this would never have made it onto video, but I'll tell you anyway. When we were, just before we did the live stream on Monday, when we were driving, he said to me, he said, I'll never admit to this on camera, but you were right. Silver is the best colour. That Streetwise looks amazing. And I reckon that going forward, apart from Nigel, all of my cars are going to be silver now. So he admitted that I was right and that he was wrong. And it takes a big man to admit when you're wrong. And an even bigger man to admit when you're very wrong. But credit where it's due, he's putting it right. If he takes on a car in the correct colour, silver, as his daily vehicle, then we can forgive him virtually everything. Because he'll have turned the corner. He'll have seen the light. It's a St. Paul on the road to Damascus moment. And I, for one, believe that he's never going to look back. But why am I talking about all that? Oh, yeah, Streetwise. It's a belting car. It really is a belting car. And it's out there at the moment. I'm pointing, and you can't see me pointing. Just down there it is. And it is genuinely the best driving Rover 25 or derivative thereof that I have ever driven. Yeah, so it might not be for sale. I don't think it should be for sale, to be honest. Where did I get to? A lunch meat with mustard on a Wednesday. I'm already confused. Well, I am as a bit too, Trace. Things are happening. Things are going on. Things change. We were supposed to be going to Wigan tomorrow to collect a new car. And now we're not. We're going somewhere else to do something else. And that new car that we were going to pick up, we are now not going to pick up because the seller who refused our offer has sold it elsewhere. These things happen. Now, to be fair to us, had we organised Monday properly, and when I say we, I mean Mustard, had we organised Monday properly, we probably would have bought it at the asking price because it was better than expected and we would have made it absolutely lovely. But we couldn't and we didn't, and we were going to go back Wednesday, but he sold it in the meantime. But that doesn't matter because... Oh, right, okay. Thanks for letting me know that. And you enjoy yourself, mate. I can't tell you what that said. I can't tell you what that said or who sent it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, but other things are coming up and it's all quite exciting. So yeah, we Mustard and I will be doing lunch on a Wednesday. We've done it before. There is a precedent. We even once did lunch on a Sunday. Kebabs on Sunday. I fully expected to go to hell. That's true, says Mustard. I don't know what's true, but it's true. Boaty's hairy bollocks and duck butter. That'd be a good title for the show, except that I can't do it. Yes, of course we are, Humpy. You know us. What's the point of not having a Streetwise? Asks Simon. Well, you tell us. You haven't got one. They're all cars in one. Well, get yourself one then. Crack on. If you eat at the Chinese restaurant, you can save a fortune, says Matt. I don't understand that. 2 ads at the start, says Matt. 2 in the middle, and you guessed it, 2 at the end. Excellent. Well, I hope you left that knob well alone. Have you seen the new Asda Tissues advert? It's brilliant. No. Internet costs are bonkers these days. Well, mine bloody are. Blackline says, my internet is free because my mate works at BT and I've got an employee account. You jammy sod. Language Timothy. Sorry, father. Yeah, I enjoyed that, says Mustard. And I've got no idea what he enjoyed, but he enjoyed it, and that's nice. Oh, Mustard. Sorry, I've just been pinged. What about, tell you online? What, as in the live or online replying to you? I'm confused now. Do you want me to reply to your message or do you want me to do it on the live now? I mean, is it secret? Is it clandestine? Are we worried that other people are going to turn up at this secret location that we haven't disclosed to anybody, nor the reason why we are mating? Fucking hell, mating. That's a Freudian slip, isn't it? We're not going to be mating tomorrow. We will be meeting. Watching the crappy phone mount video earlier, says Simon, made me think, what happened to the gimbal savings? Well, specifically, I can't remember, but I imagine I got taken poor and I had to spend them on gas. Gosh, that was in the long ago now. Or a crashed car or something of that nature. Oh, tell on the live stream what time we are mating. Okay, well, I would suggest, well, you're going to want to get some bits and pieces done. I need to at least get the daily diary video done, and ideally tomorrow night's video done. Oh, I'm not going to get that done, am I? It's going to take a load of editing. So I was going to do the streety video tomorrow night, and that's got to be all properly edited together. Because I recorded that like you, mate. I did your technique, and I was on off like a horse draws. But that doesn't matter. As long as I get the daily diary up, then, you know, it won't kill me if I only get one video up in a day. I did 5 the other day. God, that's a cruel and unusual put. What about 1 o'clock? Would that be okay? So we could both get some stuff done. I'd leave at 12, you'd leave a little bit later, and we could do what we need to do, have lunch, bugger off at like 2, and I'd be home for 3. Yeah, that would suit me, but let me know, is that okay with you, 1 o'clock? Be a slightly early lunch for me, but I'm going to get up slightly early tomorrow, so I'll be ready for it. I'm not reading that out, Mustard. Is that what you think of our relationship? We hang on. Why are you going to bring condoms, right? Neither of us can get pregnant. So, presumably you think that I'm diseased. Let's not go there. Let's just not go there. Oh dear. Evening everyone, says Jaden. What have I missed? Thank you, Simon. Thank you for that ping. You haven't missed much, Jaden, just the normal nonsense. Evening, Boaty. Good evening to you. Yes, we want gimbal-steadied MGF footage. Okay, am I missing something? But I thought a gimbal was a handheld thing. That was my understanding. It was a handheld thing only. I didn't know you could get a gimbal that attached to a windscreen. Hello, Matt. How kind of you to ping me a message. Thank you very much. And no, I'm not going to get my little tinkle out and wave it at you with a personalised message. But thank you for asking. I thought a gimbal was only a handheld thing. You know, one of those handheld things like that, and it steadied it. I didn't know you could get one that attached to a windscreen. Now, I know much better windscreen mounts are available for cameras, but if I were to use a camera like a GoPro, like the posh interneters, like yes, he did, Simon, as I suspect you knew. Oh, keep them coming. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, so the problem with using one of those posh mounts is I'd have to use a camera, and I can't afford a GoPro or a camera or anything. And even if I could afford a GoPro or a camera or something like that, I would need to do my editing on a laptop rather than on this iPad. And I can't, my laptop isn't capable of doing that. It's barely capable of doing anything, and I can't afford to replace it. So as far as I can see, we're stuck with the iPhone until I become incredibly rich. Well, not rich and successful, but until I become slightly less unsuccessful and less poor, let's put it that way. I mean, I would love gimbal-steadied MGF footage. Do you not think I'm jealous? Do you not think I'm jealous when I look at Simon's videos, when I look at Mustard's videos, and certainly when I look at Matt's or Ian's, or, well, not so much Ian's actually, but certainly Matt's or James's? I'm incredibly jealous. I'd love to have all of that sort of setup, but, you know, I can't afford it. And quite frankly, my content is so poor, it doesn't merit it. You know, I'm pushing the boat out using an elderly iPhone 6, really, given the crap that I put out there. Work in progress, my lovelies, work in progress. He keeps his knob in the cupboard. That's the old knob off Wetleg. If you remember, I upgraded Wetleg's knob to a genuine fake leather one. No, it's genuine leather. It is leather. And the old knob is in there for some reason. Your phone has a spirit level app built into it. Oh, there you are. So it doesn't matter that I lost mine under divorce. I did have one, and it was in there. But it must have been in there when there was over there at the marital home, about 6 or 7 miles down the hill in that direction, where my former wife is probably even now slumbering peacefully, or pissed, or being podgered, for all I know. God, my ex-wife, the lovely Mags, she's going to be 60 in a few weeks' time. Well, about a month's time. I think it's August the 23rd. Oh no, that might be my mother. August the 30th, maybe? I know it was close to Mum's. God, 60. Goodness me. A long time ago, says Trace, when men were all babes, there was a land of the free fantasy, and dreams where its untouched wealth and goodness and love were real. Bloody hell. He's fucking singing now, says Hubby. I have a joke about an airplane, says Simone, but it might go over your head. Oh, that's a good one. Boaty's been in Dad's army now. They don't like it up 'em, sir. Don't tell him, Pike. Superstition from my nan, says Liz, who was a spiritualist. It's easy to summon something stroke someone, but you cannot easily send them back. So don't go summoning spirits, folks, if you don't know what you're doing. I'll remember that. Oh, right. Oh, bad book, says Trace. Read the red and white. I was told that blood and bandages when I got married. Oh, I was told that blood and bandages in brackets when I got married. My name was red, black, white. Right. True. Once the tea is in the pot, you can't put the water back in the kettle. Why not? What? Are the toast racks easily accessible for Sunday, asked Simon. If so, could I take a metal one, please? Yes and yes. If you enter Mr. George Roger Boaty, look to your right above the sink, and in the sink, you will see a plethora of toast racks. And I will look at my own toast rack selection here at Windy Bum, and if I can see a particularly suitable one for you, I will take it tomorrow and hand it to Mustard to add to the Roger Boaty stash. And if anybody else needs a toast rack, do let me know and do help yourself. There are some lovely toast racks in Roger Boaty, but don't steal anything else. Thank you. I never had a plan of a career, says Simone. Being dreadful is what YouTube is all about, says Blacklines. One of the best YouTubers was Geriatric 1927, before he died. Sorry, that's funny. He was at his best before he died. I'll probably improve when I've coughed it. He was a pioneer of just being a normal old guy telling stories online. Well, I'm carrying on where he left off. What did I want to be when I grew up, says Trace? A teacher or journalist? I have been the second, and the first I did as a mother. Good night all, says Simone. Liz says, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. So far I've tried 5 occupations. I think I'd like to drive a heavy goods vehicle or car transporter. Gosh. Matt says the Streetwise looks good in every colour, but silver is definitely the best. I agree. Simon says Starlight silver, the colour that looks just best on any car. Can't argue with that. Blackline says silver is the fastest colour. Right. Yeah, it probably is. An XJ220 looks wrong in any colour other than silver, and that was a very fast car. Mustard says, no, I think he's joking here. I think he's being silly. I would prefer Nigel totally in silver, and I don't believe that for a second. Don't forget to tickle the like button, folks. I would be very grateful if you would. Thank you very much. Simon's asking Mustard if he's seen Rob Streetwise. Active pensioner silver. Pizza in the caravan looks like a good video idea. Oh, right. Oh, God, I'm a bit behind on the comments and it's time to go. Has anybody named the live stream? We got one, didn't we? We can go with that. I need to rattle through these comments because I need to get up early in the morning. And that means I need to get to bed. And that means I need to make my supper. And that means I need to finish my wine. And that means I need to watch an episode of Callan. I've been watching Callan lately. Entirely down to Barry. So thanks, Barry, for reminding me how much I love that show. I'm not reading that out. Oh, I thought a gimbal would work in a car too. That's why I don't YouTube. I don't think so, Matt. I think it's just a handheld thing. Simon says you might be able to get them that attach to stuff, but a good 3-point mount is best for that. Oh, I'd love a 3-point mount. I could have done with one of those this morning. I woke up with the most almighty... Oh, no, I can't tell. Too much information there. Boaty, have you seen any of my videos? If you have, what do you think of them? Yes, I have, but I'll come back to you on that one because I need to whiz through these and bugger off. I haven't got one, says Mustard. Oh, I see, you mean a gimbal. No, but you've got a really good window mount that hasn't got a long arm thing. And it keeps your phone nice and solid. You've got a lighter phone than me and that helps. But if I could buy a car mount the same as yours, I would buy it in a heartbeat. And I've looked and I can't find one. And the only ones that I could find that were similar to yours won't hold the phone in the same position that yours does. It'll only hold them in the right position, portrait, not landscape. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo. Title nom. He was at his best before he died. I like that one. That might be the one that we go with. Simon says, roses are red, violets are violet, sunflowers are yellow, and I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I like that. And then Tracy's shouting, yes, I named a few, you tart. I'm not sure what that's about. A morning erection stops you rolling out of bed, says Black Lines. It certainly does. Oh, I've caught up. Brilliant. I've caught up and I'm going to bugger off. Title nom. Once the tea is in the pot, you can't put the water back in the kettle. Might be a bit long. Oh, yes, you did, Trace. And I was going to go with yours anyway. I think I'm going to go with he was at his best before he died. Or is that going to make it look as if I've died? Not if I had a reference to Right, I'll play about with it a little bit, but that's probably what I'm going to do. And I'm going to bugger off now, darlings, because I've got people to do and things to see, and supper to eat and wine to drink, and I really need to get to bed. So I'm going to have to get up at a reasonably early time, which I really didn't do this morning. But thank you so much, everybody, for keeping me company. It's been nothing less than a joy. Thank you for all the private messages you've sent. You were kind enough to send me. And here we go. Let's play out with the old doings. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. I've enjoyed it as I always do. Have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day that you can tomorrow. Liz, you keep your chin up, my darling. You know where I am. Take great care of yourselves and much love to you all. Good night. God bless.